So, from the intersectionality side of society, we have this individual whose name is Michelle O'Quinn, Lisa Michelle O'Quinn, who looks like Peter Griffin from Family Guy, who decided to take it upon herself to use her car as a weapon and run down two women who were protesting on the behalf of Andrew Brown Jr. Now, I'm not sure of the ethnicities of both of these women, but let's hypothetically say that they happen to be black. Where's the hate crime for this? Because I highly doubt that I'm going to read anything about a hate crime in here, especially since I found out what this chick's bond was. But let's go ahead and get into it. A North Carolina woman was arrested Monday evening after she allegedly struck peaceful protesters with her car, and police are investigating the incident as a possible hate crime. Oh. So they are investigating it as a possible hate crime, but here's the thing. Don't jump for joy because it says possible hate crime. The key word there is possible. See, that's why I say if these were Asian women that she hit, it would not be a possible hate crime to be investigated. It would be just a straight up hate crime. The incident occurred at approximately 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at an intersection in Elizabeth City, a small coastal town some 90 miles northeast of Greenville. People were holding a peaceful demonstration to call for transparency in the fatal shooting of a local resident, Andrew Brown Jr., when a motorist hit two protesters, according to the Elizabeth City Police Department. An ambulance transported the victims, identified as Michelle Fleming Morris and Valerie Lindsay, both 42 of Elizabeth City, to the nearby Centura Albemarle Medical Center, where they were treated for non-life-threatening injuries and subsequently released. The motorist, identified as 41-year-old Lisa Michelle O'Quinn of Greenville, was taken into custody and charged with 2 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, 1 count of careless and reckless driving, and 1 count of unsafe movement. She was being held at the Albemarle District Jail on a $40,000 secured bond. See, that's what I was talking about with her bond. Her bond is too low. $40,000. So at 10%, that's $4,000. I'm not saying, I don't know her financial situation, but it's like, let's hypothetically say she got it. Like, that would be nothing for her to come by. And has an initial court appearance set for Thursday. According to police, it was unknown whether she had attained legal representation. The police department is currently investigating this matter, and we will be presenting facts and findings in this case to include potential aggravating factors for criminal enhancements for potential sentencing purposes of a hate crime involving this event. So the fact that they're saying that they're possibly looking at this as a hate crime lets me already know what the ethnicity or the ethnic group that those two women she hit belongs to. Allegedly. Widespread protests have been taking place in Elizabeth City and across the country since April 21st, when Brown, a 42-year-old unarmed black man, was shot to death in his car by local sheriff's deputies who were attempting to serve him 2 arrest warrants and a search warrant in connection with a felony drug investigation. Brown's family claims he was executed as he tried to drive away to save his own life. Now, you want to know what's so crazy about this whole situation here involving this chick here? Lisa did a video on her channel, or maybe it was a live stream, where she was showing how it was a judge. I believe he was a judge. He had some kind of rank where he actually used his vehicle almost in the same exact way as her. Now, luckily, in the video I saw involving him, he did not hit the woman, but he almost did. He came very close, like he was driving around, and then when he saw the woman standing right there protesting, he revved up that engine and almost took her out. Like, she probably would have died the way that he sped up. And I think they only charged him with a misdemeanor. So I guess that means, since he didn't actually hit her, we're going to give him a slap on the wrist. But had he did, then we would have upped the charges to something more heinous. See, they can even get away with almost killing somebody or almost seriously injuring somebody in a do bodily harm to somebody. They can get away with almost doing something after almost doing something. I mean, that doesn't surprise me, because some of them will get away with actually committing the act. Now, like I said, I'm not going to hold my breath when it comes to Peter Griffin here, but we'll see, but I'm not jumping for joy. They say possible hate crime charges. They didn't say, oh, we're going to slap hate crime charges on you, even though she actually used her car as a vehicle and ran these two women down. There's nothing really there to investigate. Like, even if you didn't get it for a hate crime, the attempted murder should definitely be on the table because she meant to do it. And I realized there's nothing there with anything in the first degree. To run somebody over, not an act, because when you do an act, when it's an accident, you would have to actually acknowledge that it was an accident, or it was just out of your control. But she saw those women there, and she took it upon herself to rev up her engine and plow through them. So that went, for me, that is attempted murder in the first degree. I say attempted because they didn't die. Thankfully, they didn't die. But I guess they figure, well, we may get hate crime charges. That way we don't have to charge it with first degree anything. But I'm not holding my breath, because possible hate crime charges and actually having hate crime charges put on them or on you is two different things. And notice, you can tell just by looking at her picture, yes, she is most definitely in the academy. This is exactly why you cannot sell me on that intersectionality bullcrap. You can't. And you won't. That's probably one of the worst things that could have fell upon black people in particular, is that intersectionality BS. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.